judges are ready. The fighters are ready. The boxing world is ready.
The fight starts now. How do you like it?
So aggressive, so focused.
It all comes down to this.
Fight Night, only on DAZN.
Welcome everyone, we're live today from Plaza del Quinto Centenario, famous Plaza del Totem here in San Juan, Puerto Rico, for most valuable promotions press conference of Amanda Serrano versus Reina Tellez and Stephanie Han versus Holly Holm. We are just 4 days away from a massive card, an historic card with 13 fights this Saturday, January 3rd at Coliseo Roberto Clemente here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. This historic fight marks Serrano's long-awaited return to fight in Puerto Rico, and she will make her latest statement for equality in women's boxing by competing 3 minutes rounds. Equals rules to men's alongside Tellez. Tickets are available in prticket.com, prticket.com. The event is sponsored by Celsius, FanDuel, Events Ticket Center, and San Juan Tourism. And now we're going to welcome our fighters to the stage. And first, we'll welcome an all-Puerto Rican bout. 6 rounds in the bantamweight division at 118 pounds. Let's welcome the 32-year-old from Juana Diaz, Puerto Rico, Edwin Rodriguez. Edwin's facing the undefeated 26-year-old from Naranjito, Puerto Rico, Abner Figueroa. Another all Puerto Rican bout, 6 rounds at super bantamweight, 122 pounds. First, the 29-year-old from Sidra, Puerto Rico, Gabriel Bernardi. His opponent, the 25-year-old bantamweight talent, currently on a 9-win streak from Aguada, the west side of Puerto Rico, Chris, the Punisher Echevarria. Joining them, the IBF Latino and WBO and ABO super featherweight title holder and the IBF number 6, WBO number 8, and WBA number 8 contender at 130 pounds from Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, Henry Moncho Lebron. And up next, competing in the next 10-round super featherweight bout at 130 pounds, MVP's newest signee, the undefeated rising contender from Carolina, Puerto Rico, Elise Soto. And up next, we have another all Puerto Rican matchup set for 8 rounds at featherweight, 126 pounds. The 28-year-old from San Juan, Puerto Rico, Alfredo El Salcero Cruz. With car and everything. Now, his opponent, MVP's undefeated 24-year-old, a decorated member of the Puerto Rican national boxing team, number 7 WBA and number 12 WBO contender from Salinas, Puerto Rico, Jean Paul Rivera. We start with a round of questions for our fighters, and I want to start with Edwin Rodriguez, who you shared the ring with a lot of tough opponents. What experience do you bring this Saturday to the ring?
Bueno, ¿qué puedo decirle? No sé inglés, pero primero que nada quiero darle las gracias a Dios por permitir que estemos aquí toditos con salud. Quiero darle las gracias a la compañía Universal Promotion, ¿verdad? Que es mi compañía de boxeo. A ustedes por la oportunidad de esta cartelera, ¿verdad? Estar en otro evento como Amanda, ya mi segunda pelea en un evento de Amanda Serrano. ¿Qué puedo decirle? A mi peleador Yo sé que es un tremendo peleador, tiene una esquina súper buena, los respeto, los quiero un montón, pero yo espero que esa noche vaya bien preparado, ya que yo me preparé para esta pelea y vamos a darle un gran espectáculo. Muchas bendiciones y gracias por todo.
He thanks God for this opportunity. He thanks his company, Universal Promotions. He is also appreciating this opportunity because it's his second fight on a card of Amanda Serrano, and he hopes his opponent is ready to this fight because he is ready and he will give everything in the ring. Abner Figueroa, you're undefeated and fighting a veteran opponent. What does this test mean for your development? Estás sin perder, estás invicto. ¿Qué significa esta pelea para tu desarrollo y qué va a dar en ese ring este sábado?
Primero que nada quiero darle las gracias a Dios por la oportunidad de estar aquí, a mi compañía, la 22 Sport, a mi equipo de trabajo, a MVP, por la oportunidad que nos brindan este 3 de enero de estar en un cartel tan grande, que la estelar es Amanda Serrano, es muchísimo que esperar. A conciencia trabajamos sumamente duro, ya que tenemos un cartel digno de representar y mi oponente es un oponente digno, ¿me entiendes? Y estamos ready, vamos a darle un show, como él lo dice, está ready, yo estoy ready, vamos a darle un show a la gente que se presente ese día.
Also thankful for the opportunity, thankful to MVP, his company, and also appreciating this opportunity alongside Amanda Serrano in the main event. So obviously also giving the credits to his opponent, that's a great opponent, and he will give everything also in the ring to do a great show, as they call it, to this fight. Gabriel Bernardi, this is another all Puerto Rican clash. What separates you from your opponent in this matchup? Otra pelea totalmente puertorriqueña. ¿Qué te separa de tu oponente en esta pelea?
Pues buenas tardes a todos. Primero que nada, gracias a Dios. Para mi oponente, pues le traigo una parranda de sidra para acá, para que sepa que venimos ready. No quiero excusa, venimos bien preparados. Yo no tengo nada que perder, yo espero que tú sepas eso. Aquí las excusas van a ser para el que las dé y nada, gracias a Universal Promotion, MVP, Amanda Serrano por la oportunidad. Estamos listos y bien preparados, venimos a dar guerra y los exhorto a todos que se den cita. Gracias por la oportunidad y a mis compañeros por les deseo éxito.
Thanking his opponent, thanking his company, thanking MVP, thanking Amanda Serrano, and he said he's given a Puerto Rican parranda from Sidra, Puerto Rico, to his opponent. So that's the words of Gabriel Bernardi. And now I ask Chris the Punisher Echevarria, you're on a 9-win streak. What's happening and what holds you from? What do you want to prove and to continue climbing through the rankings? Tienen una victoria, una racha de 9 victorias. ¿Qué te mantiene en esa constante búsqueda de subir los rankings?
Hola, buenas tardes a todos. Gracias por estar aquí. Gracias a Dios, a la compañía, la 22 Sport, la MVP, por la oportunidad de estar en este evento. Que me permite a mí seguir en estas victorias, el deseo, la disciplina, siempre dejando claro que no todos los días van a ser buenos, pero sin embargo, Cris Echevarría hasta el otro día en el gimnasio. Sobre mi oponente, lo respeto mucho, sé que trabaja duro, pero va a tener que irse con la parranda y el lechón para Sidra prendido.
He said his opponent, he respects his opponent, but he has to go back to Sidra with his parranda, with the lechon, Puerto Rican pork. So he's also thankful to the event's producers and everything for this huge opportunity he has facing his opponent in this main card, in this main event in Coliseo Roberto Clemente in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Now I want to give the opportunity to the media to ask their questions. So if there's any member of the media, of the press, that wants to ask questions, this is the moment for you guys to do it. Thank you. We have questions.
Hello, my name is Kevin Garcia. I'm going to do my best to, give you guys my question in Spanish, so I appreciate your help. But mi primer pregunta es para Jean Paul Rivera. Jean Paul, en abril tú peleaste en una pelea donde lamentablemente la OMB te quitó el título juvenil y lamentablemente no llegaste al peso. ¿Qué has cambiado en tu entrenamiento? Porque claro, te veo y te ves bastante diferente. So, ¿qué has cambiado y por qué sigues en el peso 126 y no subiste?
Yes.
Contestando tu pregunta, nos sentimos bien. Lo que pasó en abril, eso quedó atrás. Hemos trabajado lo que es la nutrición, más en condición física también. Pero nada, nos quedamos en este peso, porque en este peso es que vamos a hacer campaña y vamos a hacernos campeón mundial en esta división.
Gracias. Y mi segunda pregunta es para Salcero Alfredo Cruz. En abril, cuando le dieron esa pelea a Jean Paul, de lo que yo entiendo, a ti te estaban hablando de la oportunidad, pero no te lo dieron la OMB por, de lo que yo entiendo, algo de edad. ¿Tú crees que le tocó un poco de suerte no tenerte a ti como el oponente en abril? ¿Y qué tú piensas hacer este fin de semana contra Jean Paul?
Bueno, yo no creo en la suerte, yo creo en el tiempo de Dios, que es perfecto. Yo esperé con paciencia, seguí entrenando y el 3 de enero nos vamos a ver las caras. No hay duda de quién va a ser el victorioso ese día, que va a ser yo, y nada. Puedo haber tenido problemas con el peso, ¿verdad? Qué bueno que trabajó en eso para así la pelea no se cayera, y nada, nos vamos a ver el 3 de enero.
Thank you.
Thank you. Gracias a the media. If there's no more questions from the media, I'm going to continue with Henry Moncho Lebron. You're already ranked across multiple sanctioning bodies. How do you stay focused with bigger opportunities on the horizon? Estás ya rankeado entre varias de los cuerpos de boxeo a nivel mundial. ¿Cómo te mantienes enfocado en las nuevas oportunidades y buscando nuevas oportunidades siempre?
Sí, saludos, muchas gracias. Gracias, agradecido con MVP, con mi equipo de trabajo, ¿verdad? Que ha estado trabajando ardudamente en lo que va a ser mi carrera en el 2026. Estamos muy contentos, ¿verdad? De esta gran oportunidad que vamos a tener el 3 de enero para seguir demostrando, ¿verdad?, nuestro talento y por qué nos vamos a mantener en el top, ¿verdad?, a nivel mundial. Y yo sé que las oportunidades del 2026 para pelear por un título mundial van a ser sumamente grandes, así que lo espero el 3 de enero, DAZN cita, así que los veo allá.
You're facing Juan Tapia. What do you think of your opponent and how do you are facing this opponent with a huge crowd in Puerto Rico en Coliseo Roberto Clemente? Estás enfrentándote a Juan Tapia. ¿Cómo te sientes no solamente de lo que piensas sobre Juan Tapia y también de estar enfrentándote en el Coliseo Roberto Clemente en casa?
Pues mira, súper bien, ¿verdad? Hemos trabajado a conciencia, ¿verdad?, de lo que es nuestro rival. Lo hemos estado estudiando, hemos estado viendo sus combates, ¿verdad? Estamos muy contentos, ¿verdad?, de regresar a casa una vez más. La última combate que tuve fue en diciembre del año pasado en el Roberto Clemente también, con el Pitufo Díaz, y volvemos de nuevo, un año después. Aquí estamos el 3 de enero, vuelta a casa, a obtener la victoria.
He's happy to come back home since a year ago. He faced Pitufo Díaz in Coliseo Roberto Clemente in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Respectful opponent, and also his believing that he's going to get out with a victory in home soil in next Saturday, January the 3rd. Alfredo El Salcero Cruz, you're facing an undefeated rising contender. How do you approach this challenge? Estás enfrentándote a un prospecto que está creciendo. ¿Cómo te has enfrentado? ¿Cómo estás preparado para esta pelea?
No es nada nuevo para mí. Me he enfrentado a varios ya boxeadores invictos. Este campamento fue sumamente maravilloso. Gracias a mi equipo de trabajo, Felipe Nieves, Emanuel Rivera, Omalanaya, José Heredia. Hicimos un campamento súper exitoso. Nos preparamos al 1000% porque sabemos la clase de oponente que nos vamos a enfrentar, pero también sabemos los planes que tenemos para el futuro y sabemos que tienen que contar con nosotros en las 126 libras a nivel mundial.
This training camp was great. He's grateful to his training team and that he's ready for this fight, and also that people must count with him on the 126 pounds at global level. Alfredo, also, what kind of fight should fans expect this Saturday? ¿Qué tipo de pelea los fanáticos tienen que esperar este sábado?
El pronóstico lo pone Dios, yo solo vengo a hacer mi trabajo. Nada, un espectáculo sorprendente. Y todo el que no sepa bailar salsa, el 3 de enero va a tocar bailar salsa.
God only knows what will happen on Saturday, but everyone that doesn't know how to dance salsa, they will learn how to dance salsa this Saturday in the Coliseo Roberto Clemente in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And Jean Paul Rivera, you're undefeated with a massively decorated amateur career with the Puerto Rico national team under your belt. How important it is to represent the island, your island, on this stage? Estás invicto, estás representando a Puerto Rico a nivel nacional. ¿Cuán importante es para ti llevar esta carga de representar a tu isla en tu cintura?
Primero que nada, dándole gracias a Dios por permitirnos estar aquí presentes. Gracias a mi equipo de trabajo, en la Universal Promotion. Gracias a MVP por las oportunidades que nos han ofrecido, nos han puesto en la mesa. Y la hemos sabido trabajar. Bien contento de representar a mi pueblo Salinas y a Puerto Rico. Siempre que lo represento con el mejor orgullo del mundo y llevarlo así siempre ha sido desde pequeño.
He's happy because of his company. He's happy because of representing Puerto Rico, representing Salinas, his hometown. And he's happy to fight this Saturday, January the 3rd. And also looking to give his best in this fight on the Coliseo Roberto Clemente. Liz, newest signee of MVP promotion. You're undefeated at 9-0 with 8 knockouts. What has been clicking for you as you continue this strong run? La más reciente firmada de MVP Promotion está invicta 9-0 con 8 knockouts. ¿Qué te lleva y qué está cliqueando ahí contigo para continuar en esta racha tan buena?
Primero que nada, gracias a Amanda, Jordan y MVP, Nakisa, for this opportunity. It's an opportunity of a lifetime, and I'm going to continue to work hard to be the very best I could be for all of you. And Puerto Rico, te amo mucho.
And also, as a Puerto Rican fighter, competing on a card headline by Amanda Serrano, what does this mean to you? Because you appreciated her and gave thanks to her, but what does it really mean to you?
It means the world to me. This is literally a dream come true, fighting on Amanda's card at the Roberto Clemente. So it's a dream come true, and I can't wait to fight.
Thank you, Liz. I want to get back to Edwin Rodriguez. Edwin, how meaningful is to fight to a major card here in Puerto Rico? ¿Cuán importante para ti en Puerto Rico, en casa, en el Coliseo Roberto Clemente, pelear en un evento como este y en un major card?
Mira, para mí es sumamente importante, ¿verdad? Porque ya que la mayoría de las peleas mías han sido fuera de Puerto Rico, hacen ya como 2 años que no peleo en Puerto Rico. Esta va a ser nuevamente una pelea, ¿verdad? Que pero sabemos que vamos con un oponente que lo va a dar todo, te invito. Yo, como dijo mi compañero, no tengo nada que perder. Vengo de pelear con mucha gente, he quitado de invicto, he dado lo máximo de mí, ¿verdad? Y para mí esto es una pelea muy importante que me va a poner otra vez en los niveles, en los nombres otra vez para enfrentar a todos esos 118 libras y que me consideren que aquí hay un Edwin Rodríguez de Puerto Rico que va a reger con los mejores.
I've been 2 years without fighting in Puerto Rico, so he's happy to be back in home, fighting at home, and also that he's happy to be in the 118 pounds, and that he wants people to consider him in that 118 pounds to continue fighting in this category. So Edwin's happy to be in Puerto Rico and to fight in Puerto Rico. I have a immediate question. Yes. Saludos.
Moncho, una pregunta. La parte del negocio del boxeo, ¿cuán complicado y difícil es, considerando que tu última pelea fue en diciembre del 2024?
Moncho, the part of business in boxing, how complicated it is, considering that you fought in December 2024?
Sí, pues mira, una parte, ¿verdad?, que le tocaba más a lo que es la parte del manejo, que se ha estado trabajando, ¿verdad? O sea, ha habido complicaciones, ¿verdad?, en los contratos, pero, ¿sabes?, el manejador está trabajando arduamente por eso, ¿verdad? Y ahora me consigue la firma con MVP y pues ahora estamos trabajando con ellos.
There's been some trouble with managing and with contracts and all that kind of stuff that happens in business, but now he's happy to be signing with MVP, and his team is working with all that type of stuff that might be complicated, but he knows that his team will make it better for him. Do I have other media question? Thank you. So, Gabriel Bernardi, a win in this fight, what would this mean for your career, and what's the next chapter if you get a win in this fight? ¿Qué significa una victoria en este sábado para tu carrera, y cuál será el próximo capítulo si obtienes la victoria este sábado?
Bueno, pues os tengo mucho porque volvería a ponerme los nombres de nuevo y tendrían que mirar como que estoy por ahí como subiendo de escalón. Ahora mismo estamos haciendo campaña en la 122, que se preparen, que voy por ahí. Primero tengo que sacar a Chris, que lo voy a sacar pienso que temprano. Y nada, estamos por ahí, creo que sería una gran pelea.
He wants to make a campaign in the 132 pounds. He says he's going to get out of the fight, Chris Echavarria, the Punisher, early in the fight. So I want to know what Chris has to say to that. Chris, temprano, dice que te saca. He says he gets you out of the fight early in the fight. What do you think about that?
Bueno, yo pienso que realmente las palabras siempre son palabras. Eso yo lo dejo que él se encargue de por lo menos de hoy hablar, porque el sábado no le voy a dar break. En todo caso, si él viene a buscar pelear, sabe lo que le va a pasar.
words are only words, and he hopes that Saturday he speaks in the ring because he knows, he's clear what's going to happen this Saturday in the ring. And Chris, to you also, how do you feel of the energy fighting in the home crowd, in the home public? ¿Cómo te llenas y nutres de esa energía peleando en casa, peleando en el Coliseo Roberto Clemente con la fanaticada boricua acá?
Pelear frente a mi gente siempre es bien gratificante. Hay que agradecerle a todo ese público que siempre cree desde el día uno, a nosotros atletas que nos fajamos a diario y siempre vamos hasta el día que nos retiremos, siempre vamos a estar dando el 100. Esta va a ser un día más de lo que uno hace todos los días y esperamos que así como hicimos en la 118, en la 122, vamos a llegar a donde queremos y llegar por esos títulos mundiales, y de verdad que sumamente agradecido de ser de esta isla y representar con orgullo.
He's happy to fight at home. He's grateful to be Puerto Rican, to represent Puerto Rico with proudly to represent Puerto Rico, and also he was going to give everything in this ring, and also feeds himself because of the energy that Puerto Rico brings him. Guys, thank you. Gracias por estar con nosotros. Thank you for being with us. Mucho éxito este sábado. Good luck this Saturday, January 3rd, where you have your fight at Coliseo Roberto Clemente, San Juan, Puerto Rico. Tickets are on sale on prticket.com, prticket.com, así que arranquen. Go on and buy your tickets on prticket.com. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here. And now we're ready. We're ready to bring our net fighters onto the stage. And we have an exclusive announcement to make. The Yanquiel Rivera versus Jonathan Bomba Gonzalez bout will now be contested over 12 rounds and is now for the WBA interim flyweight title at 112 pounds. So let's hear the applause for that. And now we welcome the former WBO light flyweight world champion. He's from Caguas, Puerto Rico, Jonathan Bomba Gonzalez. And now we welcome from MVP's WBA Continental, WBC Silver, and WBO Intercontinental Flyweight Champion, a 2020 Olympian and 5-time Puerto Rican national champion, the WBA #1 ranked flyweight contender. He's from Toa Alta, Puerto Rico, Yanquiel, el Doctorcito Rivera. Next, making her promotional debut with MVP, she is the former WBA bantamweight world champion. She is from Leeds, England, via New South Wales, Australia. We welcome Ebony Bridges. Next, competing in a 6-round bantamweight bout contested over 3-minute rounds, equal rules to men, is MVP's young sensation. At just 23 years old, she is Amanda Serrano's protege and first signee to MVP Puerto Rico. Currently, the WBO #5, IBF #8, and WBA #9 contender. She's from Carolina, Puerto Rico, Cristal Rosado. Now I have the pleasure to welcome our co-main event, a 10-round women's championship bout for the WBA lightweight world title, contested over equal rules to men with 3-minute rounds. First, let's welcome the challenger, the most dominant two-sport athlete in history. She has held multiple titles and is looking to once again become a boxing world champion in a 4th weight division, 12 years after her last boxing title reign. Please welcome former UFC bantamweight champion and boxing powerhouse, BoxRec #2 greatest pound-for-pound fighter of all time, MVP's on, the preacher's daughter from Albuquerque, New Mexico, Holly Holm. Now, we welcome the champion. She made her promotional debut in August with MVP and successfully made her first world title defense. She's a mother. She's a police officer. She's a beauty pageant contestant and world champion boxer. Please welcome the undefeated reigning WBA lightweight world champion at 135 pounds from El Paso, Texas, Stephanie Han. And now, guys, the moment you've been waiting for, headlining this historic card, your main event. These fighters will meet in a 10-round championship fight contested at 126 pounds, as both fighters make the statement for equality in women's boxing by competing over 3-minute rounds. First, introducing the challenger, the hungry rising contender, a standout member of Team USA as an amateur and undefeated as a pro, with 13 wins, 0 losses, and 1 draw. She previously held the WBC Youth Featherweight title and now competes for the Unified Featherweight World titles for the first time. From San Antonio, Texas, we welcome Reina Tellez. And finally, introducing the champion. She's a 7-division world champion, Puerto Rico's first ever undisputed champion and one of the most decorated boxers, male or female, in history. With over 50 professional fights, she remains one of the most feared and respected athletes in the sport. She is the boxing trailblazer, champion of equality, and is MVP's first signee. The reigning unified featherweight world champion from Brooklyn, New York, and Carolina, Puerto Rico, we welcome Amanda, the real deal, Serrano. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being part of this historic card in San Juan, Puerto Rico, where tickets are on sale already in prticket.com. And Amanda, this event marks a long-awaited homecoming return. How are you feeling, Amanda? ¿Cómo te sientes?
I also want to say my condolences and respect for what happened with AJ. His best friends passed away, so I want them to rest in peace, and AJ to have a full, speedy recovery. My heart goes out to them and the family, and just praying for them. And yeah, I want to say I am super excited to be here. Actually, the last time I fought in Puerto Rico was right here. The ring was right here in the middle, and I got a stoppage against a pound-for-pound fighter, and it was an amazing night. And I'm excited to be here again with this amazing card, amazing women, amazing fighters. You guys are in for a treat Saturday night.
Puerto Rico is expecting you. Puerto Rico te espera. What emotions do you expect when you step out in the ring?
It's a different emotion when I fight here in Puerto Rico because the love is real, is genuine, and we bring it different. Latinos bring it different, Boricuas bring it different. PR es otra cosa.
PR otra cosa.
So it's gonna be nice, and everyone on the card is gonna be able to feel the energy in that arena, and they're just gonna bring the best out of each other. We're gonna bring the best out of each other, and come Saturday night, it's just gonna be a great night. I can't say it enough.
When people think about Amanda Serrano, they think about equality, Amanda. Why was competing in 3-minute rounds, equal rules to men, was so important for this bout?
Because if we want change for the future, listen, I've been in the game for 17 years, and I want these women to be able to get the equality, to get the bigger paydays, to get recognition, the platforms. And with MVP, we're definitely doing that, thanks to Nikisa and Jake Paul. We're doing that, but we need a lot more visuals. We need a lot more people backing us up as well. These women, as amateurs, they're fighting 3 minutes, so why not do it as a pro? They have to change their whole game plan, the whole games, their style to come to the professionals. But I just think it's better for us women to be able to display our skills, to display our knockout power. And come Saturday night, you see most of these women here are fighting 3 minutes. Thanks to MVP, they're giving us that opportunity. And I'm hoping that we can all get together and one day it can change. So the women's boxing can be equal to the men.
Thank you, Amanda. Reina Tellez, this was a huge opportunity. Last minute call up for you to fight Amanda Serrano. What motivates you? First of all, welcome also to Puerto Rico. What motivates you? What was like that call? And what do you expect for this Saturday in San Juan, Puerto Rico?
Well, first of all, Puerto Rico is beautiful. I've never been here.
Welcome.
You know, when I got the call, I was real shocked. You know, somebody I watched growing up, you know, my whole life.
Well,
gave me the
that makes you
opportunity.
old.
No, I'm serious. Like, I think you fought for your first world title when I first started boxing in 2012.
Thank you, Reina.
No. So what I'm saying is I'm extremely grateful to even, you know, be on this platform, but let alone fight somebody, you know, I watched, you know, growing up and just my career. Like, it's just crazy to say. Sometimes I just think about it and I can't fully process it because it's real, you know. So, you know, and I didn't think I was going to be in this position, let alone this year. So when they gave me the call, I took the opportunity and I just jumped on it, and we're doing what we can do.
Thank you, Reina. Again, welcome to Puerto Rico. And now I want to take the opportunity for the media to ask their questions.
Buenas, Brandon Garcés para el periódico Vocero. My first question is for Reina. Reina, I want to ask you, how long did it take for you to think this through, to agree to fight a 7-division champion Serrano, and why do you think it's the right time to do it now?
It took me about a day. You know, I knew that these opportunities like this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you know, you just never know when it's going to come back around, and I really have nothing to lose. It's everything to gain. It's a high risk, high reward type of situation, and like I said, I'm grateful for it.
I wanna piggyback off that. I just want to thank you, Reina. Thank your team for stepping up. I know it was not a big enough camp, but that just shows that you're a young fighter, you're a hungry fighter, and it just reminds me of myself when I started. And to see the story about you and your sister reminds me of my story, of me and my sister, and I love that. Been a fan of you guys, been watching you guys, because it's always, I love hearing that story. I love to see you guys. Thank you so much, truly, from the bottom of my heart, for stepping up, which shows that you are a true warrior, and only the best people who dare to lose, they'll gain so much more respect. And I'm excited to share that ring with you. I know you're going to come with everything because you want to prove to the world that you want the people to remember your name. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Question?
A follow-up question for Reina. How much does it mean for you to have this opportunity right now, so young in your career?
You know, it means a lot. I mean, I've been boxing since I was 8 years old, and it means a lot to me and my family because we've went through a lot. We've been through a lot of sacrifices just to get here, and now the day is finally here. So we're excited and we're grateful as a whole.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have some more media questions.
Hi, my name is Kevin Garcia, a.k.a. the Puerto Rican Kid KG, and my first question is for Reina. Reina, when I was just listening to you speak about your admiration for Amanda and what she's meant to you and the inspiration she's been, how do you take that, ignore it, and let that fire still burn inside of you to want to hurt her, knock her out, beat her in this fight? You know, how do you not get caught up in the lure of it all?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's a fight. You know, she bleeds how I bleed, everybody does, so I feel like I give her the utmost respect, but at the same time, it's a fight, and I don't think that I'm not going to let that get in the way because at the end of the day, it is a fight and there's a lot on the line, so.
This is the business. Before, we can be nice to each other outside. Obviously, you see all my fights. I'm never disrespectful to any of my opponents, but when we go in there, we put in that work. And we make sure the fans get what they paid for. And we're going to go out there, and then whoever, comes out victorious, we're still going to be friends afterwards. I'm still going to be a fan of hers and her sisters, and I'm still going to watch her grow into the sport, into an amazing champion that she will become one day.
For sure. And then just a quick follow-up. What is your intention, Reina? Ideally, what would you like to do this Saturday, and how would you like to end this fight?
I would just like to put that work in. That's it. It's my first time for 10 minutes. 10 rounds. It's the first time for 3 minutes. So, it's going to be something new that I experience in my life. So.
Thank you. And then just one question for Amanda. Yesterday when we were speaking, Amanda, I was completely shocked when you said, you know, in major sports they have a farewell tour. You know, the great athletes, they'll say, hey, this is my last season. We don't see that a lot in boxing. And you said this might be your last year. So when you think about that, 17 years, all you've done, all the divisions you've conquered, what really stands out most in your mind? And what do you think about when you think about how you started and where you're ending now, potentially?
Listen, when I started, it was a struggle. Me, my sister, and Jordan Maldonado, we struggled. We struggled for years in this sport. And 13 years within being a professional, beautiful man, Nakisa Badarian and Jake Paul came into my life and changed my life, changed my family's life, and changed my bank account.
Amen.
So it's been an incredible journey. And now that we have MVP, we're helping other women in this sport, and that is something that I truly want to continue to do and continue to open the doors for women in this sport. And it's just I said I might. It's just been a long journey, and I don't know. I love seeing these women here grow and get the opportunities, get the better paydays, and just one fight at a time. But I do have goals, so I need the record of knockouts. I need 50 wins. So there's certain goals. So I've got to keep on going.
Thank you, Amanda. Well, I hope you fight as long as you want, champ. Thank you.
As long as you pay the recovery bills, then I'll be there.
When Nakisa hooks me up with a job.
We got some more media questions. Thank you.
6, 7. Oh.
Sir, 1 second. You're not. The mic's not open. Now you can.
Saludos, Fernando Riva del periódico El Nuevo Día. Para Reina, si puedes traducir, o si a lo mejor ella nos entiende.
Fernando Rivas por El Nuevo Día for Reina Tellez.
Tomar esta pelea en poco aviso de tiempo.
Taking this fight in short time amount of time.
Ante una peleadora como lo es Amanda, múltiple campeona.
In front of a multiple time champion like Amanda Serrano.
¿Cuál fue el análisis para decir que sí?
What was the analysis to say yes to this fight?
I would say it was just, like I said, it was a big opportunity, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's just something I had to say yes to, because I know if I didn't, then I would have probably regretted it. So, yeah.
Thank you, Reina. Thank you, Amanda.
Otra.
You have another question?
Otra.
Sorry, sir. Thank you.
Amanda ha dicho que va buscando el récord de knockouts en el boxeo femenino. Tú serías el empate.
Amanda has said she's looking for the record of knockouts in girls boxing. He says you will be the tie in that record.
No nos presenta la estrategia, pero con esa noticia, ¿piensas correr o piensas pararte frente a ella?
With that notice, do you mean to run or do you mean to stand in front of her?
I'm gonna do what the game plan is. There's gonna be some times where we just got to fight it out, and there's gonna be times where there's boxing. But at the end of the day, anything can happen in boxing. So I don't put nothing past anything.
Thank you. Gracias. Now, Stephanie, you've balanced a career in law, you've balanced motherhood, you've balanced your past work, a world title reign, and you're defending this championship. How do you feel, and how do you take all those compromises heading into this fight?
So I want to give a special thanks to MVP. I am so glad to be part of this winning team. And fighting Holly Holm is like a dream come true. I watched her knock out Ronda Rousey, and I've always been an instant fan with her. And to have the opportunity to share the ring with her, someone I've always looked up to, and to share my story as a police officer, as a mother of two, a mother of a special needs daughter. I'm representing all the parents out there. I'm representing people that have dreams. I quit boxing and I came back, and I'm living my dream and making that dream a reality. And
you said this means a lot to you to fight against Holly Holm, a total legend of the sports, of two sports. What does a win would mean against Holly Holm this Saturday?
Obviously, all of us are athletes and all of us train to win. So for me to win against Holly Holm, it's everything that I sacrificed was worth it. And I came back to boxing, and it's literally the dream to be part of this team, the dream to win against Holly Holm.
Thank you. Holly Holm as I said, you're a legend of two sports. You've conquered a lot of things alongside your career, and now you signed with MVP, wanting to become champion again. What's the desire, what's the hunger to becoming and evolving in all those aspects of your life?
I'm a fighter, and I love to fight, and I've just followed my passion where that's taken me, and it was with boxing for years, and then my passion took me to MMA for years, and just seeing the opportunities that MVP has brought for women in boxing to be able to come back and have even bigger opportunities coming back into the sport was something that really intrigued me, and seeing these girls have that platform and think, you know what, I want to come back and I want to be a champion and come back to a sport that was always great when I did it before, but getting the recognition it deserves, and to be able to fight in another weight division. I never fought in this weight division in boxing before, but I did many years in MMA, so it kind of made sense to come back, be able to fight in a weight division that I don't have a belt in yet, and be able to fight for a belt. So that's my drive and that's my passion.
And for both of you, as I said earlier, this fight, this historic card, is a statement for equality in women's boxing. What does fighting 3 minutes round, what does fighting with equal rules to men, means for you?
We're showing that women were just as capable as men, and we could definitely put on a show. And why not? Why not show that we're just as strong?
Yeah, you know, I've always, even when I trained boxing before, we always trained in the gym with 3-minute rounds. And then I went to MMA, it was 5-minute rounds. So for me, I've never really, you know, I mostly just fought 2 minutes. I never really trained for 2 minutes, not in the gym anyway. I always trained 3-minute rounds or 5-minute rounds. I think my last fight was the first time I actually trained 2-minute rounds, because I was like, maybe I'll train and just, you know, have that exact timing in my head. But just coming into this fight and being able to experience a new a journey, being able to experience something new, have that 3-minute rounds and an actual fight in boxing. So I'm excited for it.
And Holly, a win in another division, another championship, what would it mean for your career?
Oh, this is just, I'm always wanting to do something I haven't done before. Or maybe that hasn't been done at all. I wanted to be a two-sport athlete, and not just be a two-sport athlete, but be a championship at the highest level in those sports. And then to be able to come back and get another title in a different weight class. I always want to do things that haven't been done. That gives me the drive, and that's my goal. That's something that I know a very small percentage of people in this world can do, so I want to do it.
So stating that you would like new challenges, different aspects, would you be looking for new weight classes after this fight?
You know, this is the lowest I'll go, and I've already fought at 3 heavier weight classes than this, so I think I'll stay this one for the remainder of whatever I do for my boxing.
Thank you. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Holly. Crystal, Amanda Serrano has called you your protege in your boxing career, your first signee, MVP Puerto Rico. How do you see your boxing journey? How do you see yourself starting this career and obviously being one of the prospects in Puerto Rico? ¿Cómo te sientes luego de que no solamente eres la primera que fue firmada por MVP Puerto Rico, sino que Amanda Serrano también te llama tu protege? ¿Cómo esto afecta tu carrera y cómo lo ves de aquí a un futuro siendo uno de los mayores prospectos en Puerto Rico?
Pues mira, me siento súper contenta de estar nuevamente aquí a pelear frente a mi gente y sobre todo agradecida. Estoy súper agradecida con Amanda, con Jordan, Nakisa y el Paul, sobre en general el equipo MVP por hacer crecer mi carrera cada día más. Y sobre la protegida de Amanda, pues es un honor, un orgullo de poder ser la protegida de ella, que es más que la campeona indiscutible. Y estoy súper contenta ahí trabajando duro para dar la talla cada día.
She's really happy with all MVP Promotions teams, Jake, Jordan, Nikisa. She's really happy with Amanda, thankful for Amanda, a champion like Amanda that she admires, and also to be called her protege is an honor for her since Amanda is a person and a fighter she admires a lot. And she will give everything this Saturday in the fight. So Cristal also sharing the spotlight with Amanda Serrano, a person you admire so much, this Saturday. What does it mean for you? How would you think it will affect your career? Yes, compartiendo ese spotlight, ese momento junto a Amanda Serrano, una persona que admiras tanto y que sin duda es tu modelo a seguir. ¿Cómo crees que afecte tu carrera y cómo te sientes al respecto?
Pues mira, no creo que afecte mi carrera, al contrario, siguiéndolo con los consejos de ella, las experiencias que ella tiene, que es súper grande comparada con la mía. Creo que pues, voy por buen camino y entrenando fuerte, siguiendo para adelante, sé que puedo llegar a todo lo que me proponga.
She knows she's training hard, she's training really hard, and she will get everything to achieve everything she wants in her career, and obviously the spotlight will make a good change in her career. And now I want to speak with Ebony. Ebony, this is your promotional debut with MVP. How do you feel to be here in Puerto Rico?
I'm very, very excited. I must say that I have only been here for 2 days, and I already am in love with Puerto Rico. Thank you, Puerto Ricans. You guys are amazing. This island is fabulous and beautiful, and I'm actually sad that I've never been here before, and I actually live a little bit far away that I can't just keep coming back for holidays. But thank you, Puerto Rico, for welcoming me and welcoming all of us, and massive thank you to MVP, Nikisa, Jake Paul, Amanda Serrano for making all of this possible. Yeah, I'm just so excited to get back in there. You know, it's been a while, but yeah. What better promotional company to make my comeback with?
And what drew you? What drew you to sign with MVP, and why was this right moment? We all saw your Instagram post coming back to fighting. Why was the right moment to come back to boxing?
Well, you know, obviously MVP have been making massive waves in women's boxing. You know, with Serrano and Jake Paul's backing, and just, you know, really believing in us and supporting us for the right reasons. And it just was the right fit, you know, and I just feel like the way I promote myself and how I'm very driven in that sense, that I think I really suited MVP, and I really felt that with MVP I could be a team, we could be a team, we could work together to promote, you know, and, you know, do like that. And also, you know, I had a baby like just 10 months ago, so that's why this is the right time.
Congrats.
I think, you know, my son's over there, little Azira, he's giving me I did want to bring him up here, but I couldn't, had to give him back. But he's, you know, he's my motivation, my drive. When I got pregnant, everyone thought that was it. You know, no, you retired, no more boxing. But I said, why? Just because I've had a baby. Like, that's mean I have to, like, quit on life, quit on my goals. You know, my goal is to be a world champion again. And it's even more drive now with my son, because I want to fight for him. I want to make him proud. I want to be in the ring with him, with a picture, with a belt. All these things are massive motivation for me. Before it was like I just want to be a world champion. I've already been a world champion. So now, like, I need a little bit more drive, like, and my son, you know, and also just inspiring other women who are thinking to have children or have had children and want to do things. Like, don't let babies stop you, you know. And I'm very blessed and grateful to Mags and Sean and everyone that helps me at home, because it really does take a village to raise a child, especially when you're in a fight camp. So thank you to everyone that helps me out so I can get to the gym and train. It's been a very different camp. It's been a lot of adaptations, and but we're here, and I'm so excited for Saturday night, and I can't wait to get in there and crack some skulls.
Thank you, Ebony. Thank you for being here in Puerto Rico. Yanquiel, Bomba. Yanquiel, we have an exclusive moment earlier before. And this fight is for another title, and it's going to be 12 rounds. ¿Cómo te sientes? How are you feeling? Esta pelea va a ser para 12 rounds, una anuncio en exclusiva. ¿Cómo te sientes con esto?
Mira, primero que nada, ¿verdad? Dándole las gracias a Papá Dios que nos permite estar aquí. Dándole las gracias al equipo de MVP, a Nakisa, a Jake, a Amanda. Estoy súper contento por esta oportunidad de estar en un gran evento, ¿verdad? Como el que han formado acá en mi isla, en Puerto Rico. Frente a mi gente, súper contento, ¿verdad? De que recién me entero de la pelea titular, es por, ¿verdad? A 2 asaltos, así que nada, estoy más que preparado para dar un gran espectáculo frente a mi gente, ¿verdad? Y que el Team MVP sepa que puede contar conmigo por mucho tiempo.
He's happy to share the fight with Bomba in Puerto Rico, and also happy that he has this contender to 12 rounds, and also fighting that he's ready for this fight, and he's really appreciating MVP's team and telling them that they can count with him always. Bomba, in your case, you've already been world champion. What does this matchup mean for you? What does it show about Puerto Rican boxing? Bomba, en tu caso ya has sido campeón mundial. En este caso, esta pelea, ¿qué significa para ti y qué dice del boxeo puertorriqueño?
First thing, I want to thank MVP. I want to thank Amanda, Jordan. Thank you very much for making this fight happen. I'm just happy to be here on another big stage with Amanda. I'm ready, man. I want to be a two-time world champion. And this is my goal. It's always been my goal. I think John Kidd has a problem on Saturday night.
Thank you, Bomba. Amanda, I want to know your thoughts about Jake's fight with Anthony Joshua. What do you thought about that fight, and what do you expect also comparing your fight with that great fight we had weeks ago?
All I have to say is Jake Paul has some cojones to go out there and even take the fight with AJ. I always thought that Jake there's something special in Jake, and for him to even take that fight at pretty much short notice was pretty insane. But he did it. He went out there. He fought the way he was supposed to fight. But this is boxing, and a punch is a punch, and it was a hard punch, and you saw what happened. But the craziest thing is that he wants to come back to this sport. Hey, he don't need to. But hey, I love Jake Paul. I love him, his family, what he's done for us, for women's boxing, and what he's doing for boxing in general.
He's doing great things for boxing in general and for boxing in Puerto Rico. What do you have to say about that?
No, 100%. There's 22 gyms for boxing bullies that he opened up. The second one where we was at in the media workout was under my name, and I truly love what he's doing for all the young kids in Puerto Rico, because now they have an outlet, now they have a place where they can go without, without staying in the streets or doing anything bad. They have gyms that they can go and do something productive, and maybe one day we'll have multiple world champions coming out of this island. But it's not just Puerto Rico, it's all over the world.
Amanda, you have prodigies already, like Cristal Rosado. You have a lot of people that admire you, a lot of women, a lot of girls bringing their talent to boxing because of you. What's your dream, and what do you want to be your legacy in Puerto Rico?
That's hard. I want to be remembered as a game changer, as someone that is helping the sport, women's boxing, and just sports in general as well, because we're women. And I was just telling Stephanie Hahn, and hearing Ebony, she just had a baby. Women, we go through so much more than what men do. They're moms first. First we women, then they're moms, then they're whatever she's a police officer. If you have to have a job, in the beginning, women had to have a job, had to have a 9 to 5, because we weren't getting paid the way we are getting paid now. And it's still not the best. Not everyone is getting paid the best. I've been blessed. But we have our lives as well. So I want to see women's boxing just grow. I want the women to concentrate, to be able to concentrate just on boxing, just on the sport, on their craft, and get what they deserve and get the pay that they deserve.
What do we need in other companies besides MVPs to achieve a quicker or faster realization of that you say?
Just keep watching MVP. Keep watching how they do it, and then they'll learn. Just take a page out of their book and just continue to help women, empower women. Like some people don't want to empower women. Like you need to. I'm one of the women I love. I'm an empowered woman that loves to empower other women.
That's what MVPs has been about.
And that's what it's been from the very beginning. I am super happy and blessed that I showed Nikisa and Jake Paul that women can fight. I made them believers in women, and look at us today. We have a roster of how many women? No, 9. It keeps growing and growing and growing. So I'm super excited for that. And we continue to show that women can fight. Women want equality. Women want to do what the men do. So I'm just excited. Come Saturday night, you're going to have a great show of amazing women, amazing. I'm really excited for this fight here at the end. So super, super contenta. Look at they're both my friends, and I don't even know, they're so good friends. But we have a great card, and I'm excited for the Puerto Rico to see that.
There's no doubt that women not only can do what men do, but that they can do it better. And Amanda Serrano, Most Valuable Promotions, has made that statement clear, and that statement is going to be made this Saturday, January 3rd at Coliseo. Roberto Clemente, San Juan, Puerto Rico. The tickets are already on sale on prticket.com, so go buy your tickets to see this spectacle, this show in that ring in the Coliseo Roberto Clemente in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here. We'll see you all this week with all the events we have, and we'll see you on Saturday on our main card. So, and see you also in the stare down in just a moment.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for remaining with us in this press conference of Most Valuable Promotions, Amanda Serrano versus Reina Tellez this Saturday in Coliseo Roberto Clemente in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And now we want to make a special mention and also to give us a message from the Director of Recreation and Sports of the San Juan, Municipio de San Juan, representing the Mayor of San Juan, Miguel Romero Lugo. Please welcome Magdiel Rivera. Magdiel, if you want to use
Primeramente, hello. Sí.
So Magdiel Rivera is here with us, representing the Sports and Recreation Department of San Juan, and we have Magdiel with us to share a message from the Mayor of San Juan, Miguel Romero Lugo.
Buenas tardes a todos. Un aplauso para todos estos púgiles que van a estar representándonos este próximo sábado. A nombre de nuestro alcalde Miguel Romero Lugo, a quien excusamos en la tarde de hoy, queremos, ¿verdad?, extenderle una invitación a que estén este sábado en la capital, en la Catedral del Deporte en Puerto Rico, el Coliseo Roberto Clemente, y que sepan que en San Juan, para este y futuros eventos, vamos a estar apoyando lo que es el deporte del boxeo y futuros eventos que tengan para bien traer a nuestra ciudad. Así que Dios me los bendiga, y a nombre de nuestro alcalde, feliz Navidad, feliz próspero año nuevo. Saludos, muchas gracias.
He asked for the applause for the fighters in this great fight this Saturday, and also a message from the Mayor of San Juan, and that they are supporting this event because it's great for not only San Juan but for Puerto Rico and the whole community of boxing in our island. So please, let's hear the round of applause and welcome the CEO of Most Valuable Promotions, Nikisa Bidarian, to the stage to face off the fighters. Nikisa, thank you for everything, brother. And first fight, let's welcome the fighters, Figueroa versus Rodriguez.
El disco más vendido de este año, me lo llevé por la escuela, todo el mundo tratando de hacerle secuela, siguen en la fila, nadie son la escuela. Chequi Morena, Chequi Morena, Bad Bunny se llevó todos los premios, ni fue. Ustedes parando por irse virales.
And now we have the face-off for Echevarría versus Bernardi. Now the face-off for the fight of Jean-Paul Rivera versus Alfredo El Salcero Cruz. And now we'll receive the face-off for Yanquiel Rivera versus Jonathan Bomba González. And now we receive our co-main event, Stephanie Han versus Holly Holm. And now, facing off our main event, Amanda Serrano versus Reina Tellez.
Y los 30 magazine, no es lo mismo estar roncando que subirse al ring. El de la torta, es que los cantantes no soporto a mi escolta. Ando cazando y otra vuelta. Viste vos que capo, yo no corro con tu buca. Y ya te ves listo pa' tumbarte la pelota. Pegaron el cambumbo, se formó el bembé. De Manuel hasta tu barrio, un paso es. Y si los vieran, como roncan y me tiempan. Pero se me embarran cuando vengan los 70. Se rompean, hoy nos vamos todos con quien sea.
Let's hear it, a round of applause, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Nikisa. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Reina. Thank you, Stephanie, Holly, and all the rest of these incredible athletes for joining us. Today, Fight Week continues with MVP's public weigh-ins live from the Coca-Cola Music Hall at Distrito T-Mobile this Friday at 7 p.m. SAT, 6 p.m. ET live on MVP's YouTube channel. MVP Serrano versus Tellez takes place this Saturday, January 3rd at Coliseo Roberto Clemente here in San Juan, Puerto Rico, live globally on DAZN. Final tickets are on sale now at prticket.com. Thank you again for being here in the most valuable press conference for Amanda Serrano versus Reina Tellez.
don't miss the biggest nights in MMA. EFL is more than a fight.